Hey, it's Holly. In today's video, I'm going to show you all three of my Funtime clock variants. We're not going to look at the sets in detail per se. I do have a video on my Funtime clock from way back, but I want to show you what the three variants look like side by side and the current problem I'm having with my Funtime clocks. And I'd really like your feedback on how to proceed. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, in today's video, we are going to look at some Funtime clocks, and we'll start out with one that we have seen previously. So this is the 1991 Funtime clock, and it comes in three variants. So this one that I have here is my blue variant. This one's seen some stuff, definitely could use a cleaning. Now, the thing about this particular set is that because they were clocks, most of them were left out in the sun, you know, sitting on top of a dresser somewhere. So a lot of them do have quite a bit of fading or sun damage to them, which in some cases might actually be the plastic darkening. So the way you can tell really easily on these if the unit is sun damaged is just opening up the back. Easier said than done sometimes. And generally the inside wouldn't have been exposed, so you can see what that true color should have been. So this one's not too bad. You can see a bit of color difference on the front versus the sides, but it's not too bad. The other place you would see a lot of sun damage is typically on the feet. That is plastic, that's not painted, that's the color of the plastic, so those will change. But there are a few variants of this, and I'm fortunate to have the three variants. However, they're not all in perfect condition. So as you can see, this one's working, which is great. There is some little bit of water damage to the clock face inside. The problem with these two is that they are very susceptible, as any set is, to battery leaks, if the set contains a battery, of course. And this one, you can see the batteries in there, but you pop out this back cover, and then inside there we've got the battery. If you watched my last video where I was testing lights on sets, I mentioned that you really want to use regular alkaline batteries versus rechargeable on these older sets. They work best with a 1.5 volt AA. So those older batteries, the alkaline batteries, work best. So this mechanism is working, and I don't know if my microphone's picking that up, but it's ticking. So sometimes this piece is missing, which is the inside. Cute little cover for the battery, but you can store figures in there or use it as an extra scene when playing with the clock. So we get that in there. That closes up. So the clock opens up top as well. So this piece opens up, and this will just move manually with your finger. So you can kind of use that as a swing. This moves manually. And then of course there's this little scene in there. So if you haven't seen this set in detail, definitely go check out my Funtime clock video, but I wanted to show you the variants today. And I may consider revisiting some, now that we've had a more successful attempt with targeted use of UV for correcting sun damage. I figured why not have a look at the other sets. We're not going to try to fix them today, but I'd like your feedback on whether you think I should try or not. It's a bit more risky with these, and you'll see why in a moment. All right, this is the second one. As you can see, it is also working as it's ticking along there. Here's the problem with this one. This set might look peach on camera because it looks peach right now, but in real life it is originally meant to be a pink color. And that's a very drastic color difference, as you can see. So that's the color it was and the color it became. Quite a shock to see that, isn't it? So that's unfortunate. My worry with this is I don't know how well it would work to get the color back. You can also see the feet are significantly sun damaged. So if we look at one down here, it's a really nice bright blue color versus here it's like a dull green color. Lots of fading here. And while the paint isn't too bad on the clock, oh my goodness, the rest of it is in rough shape. So not looking good. If we open this one up, this one has some figures with it. Figures are generally the same, but you will see some variance in the way that they're painted. So you'll still have a poly image, and then I believe it's Mrs. Chime and Father Time are their names. So you'll still have all 4 figures with each set, but the colors are just changed, both for the interior paint and the doll paint to match the clock a little bit better. So this one as well, you can see that likely when it was sitting out in the sun, it had one area that was more exposed. So this side's a bit greener versus this side's a bit more blue. And if you look at the wheel on the front, you'll also see when I turn it that this was clearly the part that was out and this was the part that was more contained. So this one is significantly sun damaged. I mean, just to show that again, right? Yikes. And that's such a beautiful color, but you can see how drastically that one faded. Okay, so here is the third one. So this one is really beautiful. You'll notice with this one, it has a different clock face. It has a moon, I think that's, or not a moon, it's a sun, I guess. And I believe a dove, and it's very glittery. There is glitter all over this clock. Just to bring back one of the other ones here, the other ones are the same clock face. They just have like a butterfly bumblebee situation going on, whereas this one's a little bit different. It has more of a celestial feel to it. So also sun damaged, and I think this would speak for itself. You can see the color difference there. Opening this up, again, huge color difference. That's probably the best view. So quite wild. Interior is different as well. Sorry, let me grab another one just to show you the interior. Okay, so this one has a rainbow scene with a girl. Really interesting art style. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Not very consistent with other Polly Pocket sets, in my opinion. And then this was the other one, so quite interesting. Now I can only gather that this side here probably is pretty close to the purple color that it was. When I turn it around, it becomes quite a faded color. So that's probably the best angle you'll get there in terms of seeing the difference in those shades. Opening up the top, again, just some more color variation here with the paint on the figures, but general vibe is the same. We just have a lot more glitter going on, and you can actually, if you can hear that, it's quite textured. Feel and see the glitter, but the interior is not too bad. Could probably use a cleaning. This is sun damaged. I can tell that it's quite faded, and if you look at the bottom, you can see that purple color again, and then as we rotate up, it's quite muted. So it's a hard one, right? Now the challenge with this one is I don't know that I can get the face of this one because of the glitter. So I might be able to get the side or the sides of this, but I don't know about the actual face where the glitter is, if I would be able to correct that. But you can really, I mean, oh my gosh, look at the drastic color difference there. It really is wild. So I've had these for a while, and you know, I love having them on the shelf, but yeah, the unfortunate side is that they are quite sun damaged. And again, makes sense. They were sitting on people's shelves. So what do you think I should do about this? Should I try it? We've got an auction to prepare for, so I guess we'll focus on that first. But do you think I should try to fix this one? What do you think? The logos are also like worn. And it looks like I probably tried to paint this once upon a time. The paint method never worked. The foil method really is the best way to go. But it's just, they're all looking worse for wear. This is, again, just sun damage that can be evened out. But this side significantly better than that one. Yikes. I mean, again, that's probably the best view there when we're comparing color. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you think I should do about these? I am quite torn whether I just leave them as is, especially this one. The peach one that's meant to be pink, I don't know if it'll darken back up. I really, I don't know what to expect with that one. And this one, again, hard to say. So give me your thoughts. We'll see how we can proceed with these. But those are the 3 Funtime clock variants. So these are pretty messed up. I mean, this one alone, this color is so drastic. It's so drastic, and I'm not quite sure what to do about it. I really love these ones, and this hot pink one, I'm not sure that it's functioning either. Yeah, there's battery in it, but it's not doing anything, so who knows. Chris had kind of fixed a few of them for me, but hard to say if this one just isn't working right now for some reason, or if we never fixed it, because quite frankly, it's hard to keep track of stuff, even with my spreadsheet. And then this one too, I think this one probably is a fairly good candidate, but it's not really looking great. I mean, that color difference, give me a break, like night and day. So it's hard. This is a hard one, right? The thing that makes me really sad is just that these colors would look so great, like the pink and then the bright blue feet on the clock. And then here it's just this kind of muted green and peach color, which isn't awful. I mean, I'll admit this is a pretty cute clock, but you can tell something's wrong with it, right? And knowing that the colors aren't correct bothers me. So I don't know. What do you think? Should I try with this one? See if we can, using that method we used. This probably would fit inside my larger gel nail lamp, but I could also just do the same method that we did with the other sets and just try to point ultraviolet light at it. So again, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, but that's my current conundrum. So we'll see how that is. Yeah, it's been a very busy week. I just got back from a long work trip, and it was quite fun, actually. Got to see lots of my friends. And since this is a toy channel, I thought I would let you know that one of my friends peer pressured me into going to the Funko headquarters. So where Funko Pops, the figures, are made in Washington State. And it was pretty cool. I didn't want to go. I just really wanted to go home. But he made me stop, and I went in and checked it out, and it was really cool. So just going to put a few clips in here as I'm talking so you can kind of get a feel for what that was like. But it's really like a theme park is the best way I can describe it. Just a lot of detail. They've made a bunch of oversized figures, and they've created every room as like its own scene. So they have a Star Wars room, a Disney room, a Harry Potter room, a Marvel room, movies and TV show room, and then they have kind of a anime room as well. It was really cool. Of course, yes, they had one of the Polly Pocket Funko Pops there, of which I have two. I've shown them on my channel before. They had the clamshell compact Funko Pop, which was cute, but nothing else in that theme per se. Lots of interesting nostalgic stuff though. They had some My Little Pony merchandise, but what really got me was the McDonaldland merchandise. I kind of wanted it, but at the same time, I recognized I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I know that that is an extreme rabbit hole, not a rabbit hole I need to go down. So I admired it and I left, and that was that. So just thought you would enjoy that, because I'm sure some of you watching probably collect that stuff. So if you do, hopefully that was interesting to you. And that's really it for me for the week. Again, you can probably see that I'm exhausted, but my heart's full, so that's what matters. And it's going to be Easter weekend, so we've got a long weekend ahead of us. I will put a video together for Monday, regardless of the fact that that's technically Easter Monday, just because we do have that auction coming up the following weekend. So I'm going to be working on that this weekend, getting lots of that organized, put together, just so that it's not all last minute, hopefully. And that's the plan. So stay tuned for Monday with more details and hopefully a little bit more organization happening now that I'm back home. But if you have not hit subscribe yet, please hit the subscribe button. That's the best way to stay up to date on all things Vintage Polly Pocket. It's free to do that. It's the easiest way to support the channel. I bring out videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And if you are on social media, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. Just look up Pocket Vintage Toys. That's the best place to connect with me outside of YouTube. Other than that, have a great long weekend. I'll see you Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.